Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to another Ramble session. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, lucky you. You get Ramble session number 2 this week. Yeah, I just thought I'd come in here while I was playing around and turn you guys on. And have you guys join me if you want to. I don't know how long this is going to be. It could go on for an hour. I don't know. So if you don't want to listen to me yammer and ramble and whatever, then skip on to the next video. But if you want to hang around, I'd love to have you stay. Today I'm working on some of these adorable little book page pockets, and I learned this idea from the very talented Patricia Viramontes, and I will leave her link below. This isn't really like a tutorial. It is still a ramble session because I'm just going to be yammering, but I'm going to be working while I yammer. And so my dog is digging to China. So in here, I just have, there are 2 pockets, okay? Here's one pocket here, and then there's another top loading pocket here. The papers that I used were just book text from a book that I deconstructed to use for a junk journal. And so when you do that, you know, you end up with a crap ton of papers, you know, no matter what they are. Oh, there's one, I think that's like Korean. Cool, huh? Anywho, yeah, you always end up with like a whole slew of papers, and then what do you do with all the papers, you know? I mean, you want to recycle them, so I have been like binge watching. I told you guys this before. I've been binge watching Patricia's channel, and she has got a bazillion and one creative ideas on how to use these book pages. So these are what I've been working on. Now, yesterday, I sat in here, was it yesterday? No, I was all caught up on my Fibonacci. Surprise, surprise. Yes, I was all caught up. And so then I thought, well, I'm finally in a creative mood, you know, which I haven't been really. I mean, I know when I show you guys things, it might seem like I do a lot, but in all honesty, yeah, I'm not in the mood a lot of times. So when I am in the mood, I want to come in here and work on stuff. So yeah, I thought I'd bring you along today. Yesterday, after I had finished, or it was yesterday. I had been all caught up in my Fibonacci, and so I thought, well, let me go through some of my drawers that have a bunch of bits in them. Some of them are bits from lovely friends that have sent happy mail. Some are just bits because I have bits. And so what I ended up doing with my bits is, well, first I organized them. And look at this pretty little tin that I had gotten, right? It used to hold tea in it. Okay, so, sorry for the glare. So each little section opens up, right? And then you have this little area to keep things. So in the top one, what I did was when I went through all of my little bits, in here are just like little tiny stickers that people have so graciously sent me, and I want to use in my Fibonacci. So I put them all in here. These are some of them. And then out of all the other bits, right, I was like, I've got to do something with these. So I made these cute little just embellishments, you know, just layered embellishments of the stuff that I had. Is that right? Nope, that's upside down. Right? These cute little embellishments. Just glue, you know, glue and bits layered on top of one another. So, and then I thought, okay, well, what can I do with these bits now? And then, of course, again, I've been watching a lot of Patricia's channel. And so I decided, okay, well, I'm going to make some of these, right? Cute little pockets out of book text, super easy to do. And then on the front, I can just put my little cluster bits, right? And so, yeah, I think they came out cute, and it's just a really nice way to use up your stuff, okay? So then I was also cleaning out another thing that I have, and I had these watercolor thing. They're not really watercolor, but I'll show you how to do these in a second. these are my smush papers, and this is so fun to do. It is really fun to do. Now, this is on watercolor paper, and I must have had like a watercolor pad that I was using, but I don't have it anymore. I must have used it all. And so these are some of them. Now, what I used on these, I love these things, and this is what I used to cut up and make these sweet little tags, right? Nice and colorful. I like color. Now, a lot of people, you know, I mean, in the junk journaling world and stuff like that, they do a lot of vintage stuff, which I love as well. I love vintage items, but I really enjoy color, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, I like color, which is interesting because I don't think I'm a very colorful person, but apparently this is what I'm drawn to, okay? And it was funny because I was thinking this morning when my kids were younger, and, you know, I mean, most of you know I homeschooled my kids. When they were younger and like they were doing their schoolwork, and let's say they had like I had to photocopy something for them to work on, like photocopy a worksheet or something like that, which we didn't really do a lot of worksheets, but in the event that we did, my kids never received a white sheet of paper. I always photocopied their stuff onto colored paper. And I'm not talking just like any colored paper, right? I have still to this day an entire stack of like neon colored copy paper. And so, yeah, at the end of the year for their evaluative, what's it called? Like a portfolio, you know, we had to keep a portfolio, and it was just a rainbow of colors because, yeah, my kids didn't even know about like white paper probably, you know, because everything they ever had was colored paper. So, yeah, I like color. Anywho, okay, so let me first show you how to make these, I think. I've shown them before, but, and these are smush papers is what I call them. Now, let's scoot all this out of the way. I probably ought to put a piece of wax paper down, but yeah, that's not gonna happen. So, what I have here is just a piece of, what is it called? Mixed media. It's just mixed media paper. It's not quite as thick, obviously, as the watercolor paper, but it'll work just as well. So, what I do with this to make the smush papers, let me get my thing here, is I take a sheet protector, okay? And then, oh, let me get all these things. Okay, and then I use my Tim Holtz Distress Stains, okay? And I like them in these colors because I'm a colorful person, I guess. Okay, and then I take them and I just smush them on here however, right? Just smush, smush, smush. Let's see. And I always try to, obviously, I mean, use colors that will, you know, like go with one another or mix nicely. Okay, here we go. This yellow like is weird. Okay, anyway. All right, and then we're gonna do some blue, hoping, with all hope, that I am in frame. Okay, so there you have it, right? Okay, so you have your ink. Let me get the paper out of the way. And then, okay, you take your water. This is just plain water in a spritz bottle. And, oh, golly, sorry for that glare. Hang on, it won't be glary in a moment. Sorry. Okay, you spritz it with water. Then you simply take your paper, and it doesn't really make a difference how you do it. You just lay it on top, and you smush. Okay, you smush it all around. You smush, and then you peel it up, and look at that yummy goodness, right? Okay, and then what I do, because see, there's still without, I mean, I know it's glary, but then I take it and I smush it where there wasn't color, so I get color up there, and I smush it over here to get more color. Okay, let it run, let it do its thing, okay? It's curling, no biggie, all right? I go and I squish it, smush it, whatever, some more. Get all that liquid absorbed into the paper. Okay. And look at that. Look how pretty that is. And it just makes the prettiest little bookmarks. Okay, so let's see here where I can put this so it doesn't get all over everything. All right, there. So I'll leave that over there to dry. Anyhow, and then I would use this, you know, for other things too. Like, let's see, I have an envelope here. So I'll just take this. Why not, right? Soak up all of this extra stuff. I'm really sorry that there's such a glare. Okay, there. That kind of came out muddy, but that's okay. I think it's kind of pretty. Yeah, so there you have it. Okay, so that's how you do the squishy paper, smushy paper, whatever. And then you let them dry and they come out like this, and then you can cut them up and use them however you want to use them. Now, I mean, don't go out and buy yourself, you know, paper. I'm sure that you could do this on copy paper, and then when it dries, cut out the copy paper and make a tag out of it by gluing it to something more sturdy. You could do it that way. I just happen to have an extra mixed media book, you know how it goes, you know, you get some kind of art journal book because you want an art journal, then you don't art journal, then you got this empty book that is screaming to be used. Okay, so let's get into this. That's that. Okay, so these little things, all right. Now, I advise you to please go over to Patricia's channel. The link will, of course, be below because she is the professional here. She is the professional. So, yeah, these are what I'm going to make while I yammer. Okay, here is the template, all right? This is just a regular piece of book text. Okay, now what she does is she takes two pieces, all right, and glues them together. Yes, it will be wrinkly. It will be crinkly. It's okay. I hope you don't mind that. Okay, then what she does is she folds a little bit up, and I use, where's my first one? When I made my first one, I just eyeballed it, you know, kind of, and, you know, folded it about the same size, kind of. In fact, this can probably be chopped off a little bit at the top. Let's just do that now. No big deal. Okay, now Patricia sews some of hers, and some she doesn't, whatever. You don't need to sew it if you don't want to. Let's see. On this one, I did sew this part here. I considered sewing this part here, but then I would have had, this tag wouldn't have been able to fit in. Okay, so anywho. And I did do little notches. Let's take these out. See, I did little notches with my EK Success, what is this? A 1-inch punch, okay? So I made a notch here and I made a notch here to put the little either bookmarks in, journaling spots, whatever you want to do with them. Line your bird cage, who knows, you know? There are lots of different things you can do with them. The back I did not decorate at all because when I make things like this, which I think are, you know, awesome ideas because they're basically flat. You know, they're not going to add a lot of bulk into your book. Now, as most of you know, my book is a Fobonichi, okay? So, what I would do with this, for me personally, if I was to use it in my book, is I would simply glue it right like that onto my page, okay? Or I could glue it down this side and this bottom part and make it a tuck spot. Or I could easily put a piece of Scotch tape right here. And then, I hope you can see that. Oops, sorry, I bumped you. Yep, and then make it a tip-in. You know how much I love my tip-ins. So in this case, like if I made it a tip-in, I could do anything. I mean, the possibilities are endless, right, ladies? The possibilities are endless. So on the back, I could print out some kind of meme from the computer and stick it on there. I could practice lettering, and I could even write a quote on here if I wanted to. I could put stickers on here. I could do whatever I want, all right? So lots of versatility. You could use these for a lot of different things. And then, of course, these things here, you could take these and decorate them any way you want, right? You could draw or write a quote on it. Again, same thing. You could stick clip art on here. You could stick a pretty, you know, sticker on here. On the back, you could use this for journaling. Whatever you want, whatever your little heart desires, right? And the same with this one, right? The back is blank, so you just do whatever you want to do. Okay, so there you have it. Okay, that's the use. Or, well, you could even take, you know, let's see, one of these little things, even if you, nope, not that one, because it's going the wrong way. Let's see. Okay, this one's going the right way. If you didn't want to, you know, put anything down here, which is totally optional, whatever you want. Or, you know what you could do? You could still put this in here like that. Nah. No, I wouldn't do that, actually. Okay, bad idea, Elizabeth. On to idea number 2. You could take a pretty little paper clip and just stick it on there, and you have something that you can take in and out of your book. Okay, so lots of different ways to use these little things. And they are super duper cute. And I love them. So let's make one. Okay, so here again, here is my, what is this called? Prototype. Yes, I always make a prototype. And you know what, I was talking the other day. Again, I don't know how long this video is going to be. Feel free to fast forward through it or skip it altogether. But if you're going to stick it out, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So I was talking to my girlfriend the other day, my dear friend Brooke. We were FaceTiming the other day. And no, were we talking or FaceTiming? I can't remember. Anyway, love her. I'll put her link below too because I love her. So we were talking the other day. Now, where was I going with that? Oh, criminy Jane Elizabeth. All right, it'll come to me. It'll come to me. Oh gosh, what was it? I can't remember. Okay, forget that thought. Sorry. Maybe it'll come to me. Anyhow, okay, so if it comes to me, I'll let you know. Okay, so here's the full piece of 2 pages, you know, glued together. And then you fold up the bottom. Okay, this is going to make this little pocket here. Okay, can we put this in the same shot just so you can see what I'm talking about? Yeah, there you can see it. Okay, so you fold it up. You get your little bone folder, whatever thingy, and you make a nice tight crease, okay? Then you're going to flip it over, and you're going to just fold it in however big you want it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are no measurements, really. You just do it. I don't know. I really wish I knew what Brooke and I were talking about the other day. Well, we were talking about a lot of things, so maybe that's why I can't remember. I don't know. I don't even know what I was talking about. I wish you guys were here, and then you could remind me what I was talking about. Okay, so now you have that folded in, right? Now this side, on this side here, you're gonna just overlap this center seam, all right? So you're not like folding it into thirds. There are no measurements, okay? You're just gonna fold it over, just over this center seam, all right? So I've folded probably like 1/4 of an inch maybe, okay? And you're going to fold it, okay? And no, that's not even. Whew. Okay, so let's see here. You're gonna try to make it as even as you can. Let's see, come on. Why isn't this working for me? All right, let's see if is that gonna work? See, I put way too much thought into this. It should not be this hard. Okay, no, that's all wonky. Okay, I don't like that. I'll work on that later. All right, let's try this one here. Okay, so we're going to fold it over again, just a little bit. Okay, And then we're gonna crease it. Okay, all these pages are the same size. And Patricia even says on her videos, like, you don't have to use book text. I mean, you could easily make these same type of things out of, there, that's better, I think. You can make these same types of things out of cardstock, you know, whatever. But the point of this is that you're recycling all of your book pages that you get out of the books that you use for junk journals, okay? So that still isn't quite even, but it's just gonna have to do, or maybe not, I don't know. Yeah, it'll have to do for the purposes of this video. I don't want to keep you forever. Okay, then what she does is, see, there's a crease right here, right? You're gonna go about 1/4 of an inch to the outside of that crease, and you are going to cut up to the fold, right? This fold right here. Then I'm gonna notch it now, so then you make a little cut to the corner, and then you cut right on, sorry, my hands are shaking. You cut right on there, okay? So you have this. I really hope you can see that. Okay, now it's easier for me to just flip it over. So you're gonna do the same thing on the other side, right? You're gonna go about 1/4 of an inch up to the fold, okay? Then you're going to notch it. That just makes it easier to fold, gets the bulk out. And then, let's see if I can, there we go. I can see the crease better on this side. Then you're gonna cut it, okay? Like that. All right, oh, come on then. All right, now at this point, okay. Okay, how do I explain this? Okay, so here was our fold here, right? You're gonna flip it over to the front, and this bottom flap is gonna go up this way. Now, these little knobby doos, okay, these are almost like gussets, okay? So you're gonna fold these in, all right? I'm gonna fold these in like this, crease them. And then this gets folded up like this, okay? And there you have your little pocket, right? And you take your bone folder and, okay, make sure that everything is all hunky-dory, okay? Now, before you glue anything, this is what I personally would do. Oh, I did these little gussets 2 different ways. See, on this one, this was the original one. If you'll notice, see that? There's a little space right here. No big deal. I mean, it's glued down, you know? And then what that does is it helps your inner pocket to have, see, the gusset is right in there, right? So this, is it focusing? I can't tell. Okay, so it just gives you a little bit more room in your pocket so it's not super tight. Now on this one here, I put the gussets on the back side, right? It all depends on however you want to do it. Okay, now at this point here, I would take my little puncher thing, okay, and I just eyeball it. And I punch that, and then I'll punch this at the top. Just eyeballing it. Making sure it's halfway even. Goodness knows, probably won't be. Okay, now at this point, I go ahead and I ink everything up, all right? And I'm not very precise with it. Yeah. And I'm using the Tim Holtz Distress stain. Now, you could use like coffee, like you could coffee dye all these if you want to. Again, I like being colorful, you know, like I like using colors. So I just use this, right? And then with the excess, I just go all over, okay? I go to town. All right. And then we're gonna do these edges here, okay? I also go ahead and I ink the top inside part of this, okay? And I'll show you why. Because when you go to glue these on top of one another, sorry if I'm shaking the camera, see? It's colored, like, you know, you can see, I hope you can see that. No, you can't, of course not. Okay, see, it's like colored on the inside, right? Okay. So I'm gonna continue just doing my edges. And I just do all the edges, all right? Yup, I color everything. Okay. Yeah, I just, even these little things here, the little gusset thingy, my bobbers, I go ahead and I do those as well. Yep, I ink everything. I mean, unless I know for sure it's not going to be seen, then I don't really care. Okay, see, like this part down here, I don't care. This part right here, I don't care. But all of this, I'm just going to use, sorry if I'm shaking you, I'm just going to use my extra, right? That's on my little dauber thing. Okay, and then on this side here, let me see. Okay, there. And then I'm just going to use the extra to swipe across here. And get a little bit more, you know, like I said, I'm not very precious or precise with it. Okay, there you have it, right? Okay, so we've done all that. Now, let me get my glue. I think I might use tacky glue for this. I've used all kinds of glue. The only thing I would not suggest is using, what's it called? Using glue stick, okay? That I would not use. Okay, so we're gonna put a little bead, hopefully, down here at the bottom, okay? And then we're gonna put a bead, we're gonna close one side, and we're gonna put a little bead right here. I need to get one of those glue things that that Patricia uses, because it's like a really fine tip. And it comes out so much easier than this thing. And it is Aleene's tacky glue. It's the one that, sorry for the shaking. It is the one that you know, put upside down in the cap or whatever. Okay, so anyway, we've got our glue for the back. So we're just gonna, you know, hold it for a sec. Smush it down so all the glue, you know, spreads out and all that fun stuff. Get it all glued up, okay? Yep. And then I'll go ahead and put these gussets on the inside. So we're going to put another little bead of glue on that side and on this side. Yep. Whoops. All right. And then we're gonna stick that down, okay? And there you have it. There you have it. Yay! Okay. These are just so adorable, and they're so fast and easy to make that it's not even funny. Like, seriously. I don't like that right there. See, the glue is not, like, when I glued the pages together. So I'll just take, this is Tombow Mono Glue. I'll just take a little bead of that and stick that down so it stays down. Smush it down. There we have it. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to sit in here today and I'm going to make a whole mess of these. You know, and I can use them in junk journals. I can, oh, you know what else I was thinking too? These would be great for Happy Mail, you know? Like, for instance, like this one here, right? So you make it, and this is just an envelope that I painted up a while back for Happy Mail. It has stuff in it, but here, let me just take the stuff out, okay? And then you can just put it in a single envelope, right? Put your little note in there and send it. It takes one stamp, you know? So really great idea for Happy Mail as well. I'm always, you know me, I'm always looking for inexpensive ways to just send a little bit of brightness somebody's way. I have been so horrible about sending Happy Mail this year, and oh my goodness, I am so sorry. Yeah, it's been crazy. In fact, that's one of the reasons I just came on this morning, is because I'm a little bit stressed out today, because tomorrow we have to get up like super duper early to go to the hospital. Let me get my, no, I just use this glue. Here's a little embellishment I made yesterday. So yeah, we got to get up super early tomorrow because my husband goes in for his third esophageal resection. I know, probably TMI, but whatevs. Y'all are my therapy. Y'all are my therapy. And I love coming on here and showing you things that I have learned and directing you to the person that I learned from. And yeah, it relaxes me to sit here and talk with you all. And, you know, yeah, I like it. So yeah, he's got to go in, and what a resection is, just in case you're wondering, is he has these, he has tumors in his esophagus. Because he has something called Barrett's syndrome, which you guys have heard a million times before. So anyway, yeah. So he's got to go in and have, this is the 4th tumor he's having removed. Each time they go in to remove a tumor, they check other areas in his esophagus, send him off to pathology, and the pathology comes back and they're like, yep, you got another tumor. And you have to wait like 6 to 8 weeks in between all the surgeries. So yeah, this has been going, he's been having these surgeries like every 6 to 8 weeks, I think, since like February. So yeah, my poor thing, golly day. Oh. So anyhow, I thought I'd come on and, you know, hopefully brighten your day with something new to try. And of course, y'all brighten my day all the time. So here is one of my little smushed watercolor tags, right? So it goes perfectly right in there. And this is some, you've seen this before too. I have a whole bag of it. It's seam binding, dyed seam binding. So yeah, I'm using that. I'm using it up, you know? And then let's see. We'll put, so I did measure these out. That I did do, because I want them a little bit taller than the pocket itself. Anyway, then all I do is I take my corner rounder, round the corners. Okay. And then I just sloppily, because that's how I roll. Sorry if I'm shaking you about. I just sloppily edge everything all up. And that's how I do it. Yeah. So I'm going to hopefully sit here and get, you know, a bunch of these done. And, yeah, have fun just creating and playing. You know, it's amazing to me because I'm on here quite a lot, you know what I'm saying? And I show you the stuff that I'm working on, but honestly, a lot of times, like I feel as though, now I'm just punching a hole. I feel as though a lot of times I get nothing done, you know? Or, not that I don't get anything done, I guess. I feel as though, like, I just very rarely have just simple playtime, right? So that's what I'm doing today. I'm having simple playtime, and I'm going to relax, hopefully. Sorry, I'm just trying to put this, I might have cut this too small, and my hands are all shaky and urgh. Okay, let's see if I can get this in here. Yeah, so there you have it. You just pull on those a little bit. And there it is, right? And then this one goes into the top loading pocket, just like that, right? So there you have it. Super cute, right? and super easy and just a fabulous, fabulous way to use up things that you have, right? You know, these were just a bunch of bits that I had either made myself or had received in Happy Mail. And so I put them into like little clusters, glued them all together, and then used them as the decoration for the top. And they're all fairly flat because, like I said, my thing is the faux bonichi. So whenever whenever I make embellishments or try to do different things like that, with exception, of course, to these things, because these have a little bit of bulk to them. But I usually try to make things that are flat because in the faux bonichi, you don't want things that are really bulky because you're writing on the pages. So yeah, you want to make it as easy as possible. And, you know, this way, like I said at the beginning, you could glue this, just glue it flat down into your book and do your journaling on the tags. Or you could, what else could you do? Or you could put it in as a tip in. You could just simply clip it in with a paper clip. Yeah, lots of different things you could do. Or just use it as, what did I say? Yeah, a tip in. You could glue it in. You could paper clip it in. Yeah, use it in your junk journals, you know, however you want to do it. But yeah, make sure that you check out Patricia Viramontes YouTube channel. And I never did remember what Brooke and I were talking about that I was going to mention to you. I don't know. Sorry. Can't remember. Okay. Anyhow, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for hanging out with me if you've hung out this long or this far into the video. I thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for brightening my morning. That's what I want to thank you for. So, yeah, hope y'all have a great, you know, weekend, upcoming weekend. Oh, it's a Memorial Day weekend. Yeah. I don't know if we're doing anything or not because my husband's got surgery tomorrow. So we'll see how he feels. Anyway, yeah, I hope y'all have a great long weekend, relaxing and full of family and love and cuddles and hugs and kisses and all that. And I will talk to you real soon. Bye.